Welcome back, lottery fans. Today I'm going to show you a different type of pick 3 rundown. This one's called the 1, 2, 3 rundown. And you may notice we're not using our traditional tic-tac-toe grid this time. We're going to do some basic calculations to figure out the next 10 lines you could be playing for your pick 3 lottery. I'm going to run through a couple of examples of this to give you the idea of how to do the rundown. I'm going to show it for the Connecticut pick 3 lottery and the Tennessee pick 3 lottery. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and you'll see exactly how it works, and you'll be able to go ahead and try this for yourself in your state to see and test to see if it's working. If you want a copy of this rundown worksheet, as always, these are available on Lottery Predictor. You can go ahead and click on the resources section. I'll also leave the link down below so you can go ahead and download these directly. So as I mentioned, we're going to start with the Connecticut Midday lottery for the first example we're doing here. And we're going to start with today's midday, which is February the 24th. So specifically for the 1, 2, 3 rundown, we only actually need one result, so we're not going to need the second previous draws here. So the result today in the midday for Connecticut was 1, 8, 5. Now once you've got your previous result, what you're going to do is in these lines here, we're going to fill in the result on the top line, and then we're going to use the 1, 3, 5 rundown to calculate 10 more lines, 10 more sets of numbers that we can be playing for about the next couple of weeks. And as most of you know, I typically play these rundowns for about 3 to 4 days. If I don't get a hit out of them, I'll change it up and see a different rundown, or maybe even try a different base date to go off of. So we're going to go ahead start by adding 1, 8, 5 into the first line here. Now it's very simple in terms of how the rundown works. We're going to take 1, 2, and 3 and add 1 to our first column numbers, 2 to the second column numbers, and 3 to the third column numbers. And I'll go through this so you can see that. So we're going to start with number 1, and we're going to add 1 to it. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then we're going to take the next number and add 1 to that. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Then we'll take this number we just generated, add 1 to that, so it's 4. So when our first number is 1, it's very simple because we're basically just counting up. In fact, any of the first ones are very simple. So we'll just keep filling this out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when we get to 10, because we can't have double digits in each of our lines, all we do is we chop off the first digit and revert back to 0. So 0, 1. So in the second line, we're going to go ahead and add 2 to these numbers. So we'll go 8 plus 2 would be 10, which would be a 0 as we count up. And then we can just count up in 2s. 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 0, and then we just keep counting up in 2s. Simple as that. And then finally, following on with this pattern, the very last number, we're going to add a 3 to that, to this column as well. So we'll start with 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 8 plus 3 is 11, but as I said, we lop off the first number, so that results in a 1. And then we're just counting up by 3s. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, which would be a 0. 0 is 3, 6, 9, 2, and then 5. And there we have it. So you can definitely play the first number again if you want, if you believe that repeats might be coming. If you've seen in the previous few weeks that there's been some repeats, definitely go ahead and play the first line as well, and then play all of these lines as well. And I like to play them boxed because that just improves the odds that they're gonna hit. So that's Connecticut 1. I'll run through this again for Tennessee so you can see the same example. This is going to be Tennessee, and we're going to do the evening from yesterday, because I don't yet have the results for today's midday drawing. So that yesterday was the 23rd of February, and we only need the one result, which is going to be a 6, 3, 2 for last night. So we're going to go ahead and add 6, 3, 2 on our first line here. Much like we did for Connecticut, we're going to go ahead in the first column and add 1 to the number moving down. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Then we'll add a 1 to 7, so 7 plus 1 is 8. We'll add a 1 to 8, which is 9. 1 to 9, 1 plus 9 is 10, but we're just going to go ahead and use that end digit, which is the 0, and then we just keep counting up. The ones are always very easy. Simple as that. In the second column, we're going to add the 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Then we're going to take this next line, do 5 plus 2, which is 7. Then 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, but we're just going to take the 1 from that, the digit, and then we'll count up in 2s from there. So this will be a 3, 5, 7, 9, 1, 3. And then the very last one, adding 3s into this last column here. So a 3 plus 2 would be 5. And then a 5 plus 3 would be 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, but we're only going to take the 1 there. And then counting up in 3s from there. Simple as that. And there you have it. There's 10 more lines. As I said, you can play that first line if you're seeing a lot of repeats in your state for this month. But then there's 10 more lines that you can play in boxed. And as I mentioned previously, try this out in your state. Try it out for about 3 or 4 days. If it doesn't start hitting, maybe change up this number. Maybe go back a couple of days to see which other numbers you might want to play around with, or play the one that is most recent. So that's it. If you like this video, please go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you want to see me do any other specific type of rundown, or you want me to do a rundown for your state, or just want to leave me a nice comment in general. I always like that. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.